Hello everyone, I am Yash Patel and welcome to my channel Django World. So in today's video, we are gonna see registration in Django Rest Framework. Okay, so this is gonna be pretty complex video I guess, because in this video we are gonna override save method, and also we are going to see many new things like how to create the token when the user is registered. Okay, so we previously seen that when user logs in we automatically create the token, but this time it takes a different method. Okay, this is the whole different method to create token after the registration of the user. So let's jump into computer screen and start coding. So here I am on my computer screen. Last time we left from here. Okay, so first I'll just close all this file, and here I will expand this account and I'll create new file and I'll say serializers.py. Serializers.py. Okay, now here I'll create new serializer for registration, user registration. Okay, so first I need to import two things. First is user model and another is serializers. So I'll say from django.contrib.auth model import user, and I'll say from Django Rest Framework, import serializers. Now here I'll say class and I'll say user register serializer, and I'll say serializers dot model serializer. Okay, and here I am going to create one field which is known as password2, because by default Django has only password field, and to confirm our password we need to create our own field which is known as password2. So I'll say password2 equals to serializers dot character field, and I will add some styling in the sense I want this field as password field. So I'll say style equals to input underscore type is going to be password. Okay, and here I'll say write only equals to true. Okay, once this is done I'll create new class which will be meta, and here I'll say model equals to user, and here I'll say fields equals to the list, and I'll say username, then I will say email, and password, and password too. Okay, done. And here I'll also pass extra keyword, so I'll say extra underscore AWARGS, and this will take a dictionary. So I'll say password is also going to be write only. True. Okay, now here I'm gonna override the save method, because since we don't have the password2 field in our user model, we need to override it, and also we need to compare like whether the password field is matching to password2 field or not. Okay, so here I'll say def save, and here it is going to take self. Okay, and here I'll write the condition, but before that I'll say password equals to self dot validated underscore data, and in square bracket I will write password. Same goes for password 2. Okay, and here I'll write the condition. So if password is not equals to password 2, raise serializers dot validation error, and here I can write error, and the message will be password does not match. Okay, so I need to write this in curly braces. Okay, I forgot. Yeah, so if user dot objects dot filter is matching the field, so I will say email equals to, I am basically comparing the unique emails also. So Django by default compares only the username, but if we want to compare the unique emails, then we can do something like this. So why we are comparing it? So user can basically have multiple accounts with the same email address. Okay, so we are basically defending that. So here I can pass email in the filter parameters. Okay, self dot validated data, and in this I can pass email, and I will say dot exists. Okay, so by this we can basically check whether the particular email address exists or not in the database. So if that it do, then we can say raise serializers dot validation error, and here I can pass error, email already exists. Okay, once this is done, once all these validations has been done, again I need to pass this in curly bracket. This is dictionary. Okay, so once this is done, we can say account equals to user, and here I'll pass email equals to self dot validated data, and in this square bracket I'll again pass email. Okay, and after that I will say username equals to self dot validated underscore data, and in this I'll pass username. Okay, after that I'll say account dot set password, and inside this I'll pass password, and I'll say account dot save, and I will finally return the account. Okay, so this is it for the serializer for registration of the user. Now I'll go to views.py, and here I will create the view. Here again I will say @API view, and this is gonna be same as this one. Copy and paste that. I'll remove this create your view here, we don't need, and here I'll say def user register view. Now here I'll pass request, and here I'll check for the post method. So if request dot method is double equals to post, then here I'll assign the serializer. So first I need to import that from dot serializer import user register serializer. Copy this one, and here I'll say serializer equals to the serializer name. And since we are doing post request on this serializer, I will say data. We need to pass some amount of data, right? So I'll say data equals to request.data. Okay. Now here I'll create empty data dictionary. Okay. So here I will say if serializer dot is underscore valid, I'll say account equals to serializer dot save, and here I'll say data equals to, not equals to, but in the square bracket I'll say response. Need to pass this in single quotes. Response equals to, I'll say account has been created. I'll say data username equals to account dot username. Same way for email. Okay, now here we need to create the token. So I'll say token equals to token dot objects. We need to import the token model, I guess. So here I'll import the token model. So I'll say from REST framework dot obtain, not obtain, but auth token dot models import token. Okay, so token dot objects dot get user equals to account dot key. Okay, so this will basically bring the token from the database. Okay, and here I can say data token equals to token, and if this is not valid, so I'll say else data equals to serializer dot error, and I will return the response if the registration is successful. Response, and in parentheses I'll pass data. Okay, so what we are doing over here is that when the user is successfully registered, we basically want all this particular detail in a response. So it will basically give us the message that the account has been created, the username of the particular user, email, and the token which is created. Now where we are creating the token, so we will create token in the models.py file. Okay, so here first I need to import the signal. Okay, so from Django .db .models .signals import post underscore save. Okay, and after I'll say from Django .dispatch import receiver, and from REST framework dot auth token dot models import token. So after importing all these things, I'll just remove this create your models here, and here I'll say @receiver, I'll say post underscore save, sender is going to be settings dot auth user model. So for this I need to import these settings. So I'll say from Django dot conf import settings. I'll say settings dot auth underscore user underscore model. Okay, so once this is done, I'll say def create underscore user, not user, auth underscore token. Okay, now here I'll pass sender, then I'll say instance equals to none, then I'll say created equals to false, and quarks. Remove these arcs, we don't need that, keep only quarks. Okay, done. After that I'll say if created, then I'll say token dot objects dot create user equals to instance. This is it. So we have created the function which will create the token when the signal will pass. So the basic funda is that when the user will create the account, so once the user enters the data and clicks on the post, the signal will pass to this model, and this will create the token for that particular user, and that token will be passed in the view over here, and we will get this response. Okay, so let's copy this view name, go to URL, I'll create the URL for the same register, paste, copy this register, paste over here. That's it. So let's go to Thunder client, register. Now here I have already passed this usernames, right? So if I go ahead and send, okay, so I have error. Okay, register. So our URL was not able to find it. REGISTR. Okay, I misspelled that. So I copy this register, I'll go to URLs, here I'll paste that register and register. I misspelled the register spelling. Come over here, send the token, and we can say the error. Okay, so clear the terminal. Okay, so go to views. Now here instead of is, I have wrote us, so I'll say is valid. Now I will run the server again, send the request again, and we got the response. So if I go to the admin panel, refresh over here, you can see I got the token. So if I take this token, let me see the user has also registered or not. Yeah, the user has also registered. So if I try to create the user again with the same email ID, whether we are able to register or not. Okay, so the email ID already exists, so our validations are also working fine, and our token is also working fine. We already checked that in the previous video, right? And if you want to try logging out the token, I mean the user using this token, you can try, of course it will work. So yeah, this is it for today's video, guys. If you like my video, please like, share and subscribe to my channel, and if you have any doubt or you are facing any error, please let me know in the comments below, and I will see you in next one. Thank you.